Back at it again with some more survey results. Welcome back to Friendever, everyone, and happy 4th of July. No, this is not a flag. Unfortunately, I could not find one. This is a scrunchie, American flag scrunchie, that I will probably be wearing in my hair when it comes time for my 4th of July plans. Also back is the flag t-shirt. What can I say? I'm a patriot. As the title so aptly says, we will be talking about the top 5 traits that people most look for in a friend. If you recall, a few weeks ago, probably a couple months ago at this point, man, time flies, I sent out a survey asking people myriad questions. If you're interested in taking that survey, please comment down below. I would be happy to open it back up for you. One of the questions that I asked was, what are the top 5 traits most important to you in a friend? Now, these traits are in no particular order, so it's not like traits 1 through 5, 1 being the top, 5 being the least. These are just what people selected as their top 5. There were 18 total to choose from, and I will read them off for you now. Trust, loyalty, honesty, wealth, physical attractiveness, affection, empathy, ambition, humor, spontaneity, respect, intelligence, dependability, being a good listener, confidence, easygoing, fun, adventurous, being extroverted, or being introverted. Those were the 18 options. Now, there are more characteristics out there, but for the survey purposes, I only chose those ones. Overall, 77% of people chose trust as being in their top 5. I would say that's for obvious reasons. Trust, you can't share your hopes and dreams and goals and past and history and decisions and mistakes that you made with someone that you can't trust. So if I were to pour my heart and soul into someone and someone that I need a confidant, it would have to be someone that I trusted. And a friend, I too would have chosen trust as one of my top 5. Coming in at the second most picked at 75.1% is honesty. Honesty is viewed as a lot of different ways. So if I can't look into the respondent's mind and say, okay, they view honesty this way. If you recall from a couple of videos ago, dishonesty was the biggest red flag mentioned in the response that asked, what are some red flags in friendship? It was dishonesty, jealousy, and I believe gossip was the third one. So if you look at dishonesty as a red flag and honesty as a trait that people most value, you gotta find the line of what qualifies as being something that needs honesty. Let's look at dishonesty first. If someone is dishonest as in they lie about you, gossip about you, they tell people things that aren't true about you, that goes way beyond dishonesty. That is hurtful, that is mean, that is tearing you down, that is not a friend. But if you're looking at dishonesty as what someone would consider a white lie, does my hair look bad? No, it looks fine, it looks fine. That is a personal decision. I believe that all lying is wrong. But in the context of honesty in friendship, you're kind of looking at, do you really want someone who will set you on the right path, who will tell you that might not be the best idea, or who would steer you towards someone who could help guide you better? Coming in at number 3 most chosen at 60.5%, not 65%, but 60.5%, was respect. A friend should respect you. A friend should respect your wishes, your decisions, your choices. It could be your decision as little as going to the beach and not wanting to get your hair wet. I know that's trivial, but they should respect your decision to do that and not give you grief for not getting in the water or not force you or dunk you under or something like that. So you got respect on that end, and then you have respect on the other end, which is, do they respect your privacy? Do they respect your belongings? Do you have someone who comes over and abuses your house? Do you have someone that takes advantage of what you offer them? Do they not respect you? Do they not respect who you are and what you represent? If you have a friend who is in a position of authority over other people, it is your duty to show respect to that person that you might not in a personal setting, being respectful at like a formal level, but because you're in front of that person of who they are over, you need to show respect. I was working at an event one time, and someone who is a leader in my life, who's very important to me, who I refer to as a specific term, I don't just call her by her first name, call her by a specific term, had a friend who was coming to the event. As I was working in the event, the friend walks up to me and goes, "Is blank here?" And she referred to the person who is very special in my life and who I refer to as her specific term and her first name. This woman knows who this other woman is to me. She knows what role she plays in my life. So for her to just refer to her so flippantly by her first name was not being very respectful to the friend in my mind, in my very humble opinion. That taught me in that moment that I need to respect people at a level that I might not normally think of in certain environments. It's just something to keep in mind. Coming in at a close number 4 with 58.9% of respondents selecting this is loyalty. Now, there's a lot of different definitions of loyalty out there. The one that I want to focus on is staying true to someone and staying and believing in them when it seems like the situation does not call for you to have their back. A few videos ago, I talked about what it means to need to restructure your friendship or cut someone out of your life, or in the friendship pyramid, demote them a tier mentally. But that is not something to be taken lightly. And loyalty, in the sense of you love that person, you respect that person, is the kind of loyalty that I was trying to say in the survey. Some people take loyalty to mean that you can't do anything else with your life, you have to do whatever they say, you can't have other friends, you have to be only on their team, and if you're on someone else's team, then you're automatically not loyal to them. When in reality, loyalty in friendships context is that you have their back, while you can have someone else's back too. In the friendship pyramid, when I say best friend is a tier, I mean that multiple people can be in that tier. So I don't just have to have one person's back, I need to have all of their backs. And they in turn need to have mine. To me, that's loyalty. And according to the respondents, almost 60% of people believe that that is a top 5 character trait. Number 5, only about 70-ish people chose this, is coming in at dependability. I love this character trait. I think it is so important. In my own friendships, I strive to be dependable. That to me is probably a top 3 character trait. If I cannot count on someone and they cannot count on me, whatever the situation dictates that we need each other, that is huge for me. I also need to depend on you for when I'm having a bad day. When I'm going through a rough patch in life, I need to depend on you to be there for me. And I want to be the person who is there for you when you need me. When you need a shoulder to cry on, mine should be available. I should be dependable and open and ready for you, and you ready for me when the time comes, should the time come. So those are the top 5 traits that were responded to as ones that people look for most in friendship. Now, the other ones come in and they're all important, okay? You can't just limit them to 5 traits you look for, but if you're looking for a new friendship, if you've just recently met someone, those are the 5 things that I would look for in the friendship first. And apparently almost 200 people also think that. I did throw a few of these in here as kind of like a red herring, not to call anybody out if they chose that one, but just to kind of see how much these red herring ones spread out. So like the trait being extroverted, only 2 people selected that. Perhaps they're introverts who rely on the extroversion in situations that need an extrovert. Perhaps it's extroverts who also want to be with extroverts. The only 2 that did not have selections at all made on it were physical attractiveness and being introverted. If you're interested in this kind of content, please subscribe. It means so much to me when I see a new subscriber pop up. If you've got questions about these surveys, or if you want to take the survey, drop a comment. Follow us over at ɪnˈdevə on Instagram. And if you could like this video, it would mean a lot to me. Have a very happy 4th of July. Remember why we're celebrating the day that independence came to the United States. Be grateful for this great country that we have. Be very safe in your celebrations, and God bless America. I'll see you next time on ɪnˈdevə.